hitching over at the waist. That's it right there. Keep on going. Tap, 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 tap. Kim's feeling it. I hear the roots from the crowd already. That's it, Kim. Keep on going. Tap, tap. Here's 4, 3, 2. You guys know what's coming. It's that walk. Walk, walk, walk. Pumping those arms so we just did the tap out. Let's go ahead and tap back. Watch me. Here we go. Tap back, tap back, tap back. That's it. Perfect. Good. Keep on moving here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to walking. Pump those arms. Let's go. Power walk. You guys got this. We're already moving, guys. Heart rates are getting up. We are going strong. Keep on going. Walk. Walk. Yes. Yes. Adding some kicks in here, guys. Right here. Kick. Kick. That's it. And if you can, kick that knee up a little bit higher. Kick that foot up a little bit higher if you can. That's it. Kick. Kick. That's all it is. Perfect. Keep that core tight. I'm going to remind you a lot, but try to keep that mind-muscle connection in mind the entire workout here, okay? Kick. Kick. That's it. Don't get, I'll let you know when it's time to end. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Walk. 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 Side step here. Side step here. Good. Out together. Out together. That's it, guys. That's it right there. Good. Stick with us for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk. Walk. You guys got this. You guys are crushing this workout. Feel your body and your mind changing, right? That's it, guys. All right, we're picking up the intensity right now. You guys ready? Let's find that beat. Good. We're entering that brisk walk, so I really want you pumping those arms. I always try to think of that thumb going from chin to pocket. That's it right there. Keep them going. Walk. 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 All right, guys. Side steps are coming, okay? Let's make these steps a little bit bigger, okay? In 4, 3, 2, this way. Here we go. Side step. Side step. Sit down low. Good. Open up those arms. That's it, guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Side step. Side step. Side step. Keep it going. Side step. Yes. 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 For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find that walk. Walk. That's it, guys. Smile for me. We're having fun today. Let's go. Yes. Mini squats are coming. Wide base. Important right here, right? Wide base mini squats. Just follow me. Here we go. Mini squats. Yes. Just sit and then pop up. Sit. Pop up. Go down as low as you feel comfortable with. Good. Good. Quad activation right now. This is the speed we need. This is our pace. Keep it going. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk. 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 Up 2. Back 2. You guys know these. Go up. And back. Good. Up. And back. Add a clap. Let's go. Up. And back. That's it, guys. Up. And back. Keep it going. Give me 2 more. Up. And back. Last one. Up. And back. Find this walk right here, all right? Walk. 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 That's it right there. Keep that core tight. Chest stays tall. Yes. Got this, guys. Just crushing this. Keep on going. Wide base. One more time. We're not doing mini squats. We're doing a kickback right here. Hamstring curl. Feel the entire back side of the body. Let's go ahead and reach all the way up, guys. Pull down here. Pull. Pull. Feel that? That's it, team. We're feeling good. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Yes. Keep that core tight. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find that walk. 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 Up 2, back 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going up and back. That's it, guys. Up and back. Keep it going. Up. Keep on going, guys. And back. Last one here. Up and back. Right here. And
upload some things of our system, we will not go back to the table and pack what we and reload what will not be healthy for us. I have with me here on the phone a pyramid. Let's just imagine it in our mind, a pyramid. So we'll be talking from the more to the less. So that's talking about from the base, the wider side, to the pinnacle, that thin part that ends the pyramid. So what we have at the base of the pyramid is vegetables. I know we might have heard this, but we don't know the effect, we don't know the importance, we don't know how true it is. So it's making it look like that's what they always say. Vegetables are at the base. These ones, we can eat them more. They have benefits to our system, and I will not be able to go into detail. I will mention some vegetables because there are some misconceptions again about vegetables. We have cucumbers, carrots at the base there. We have cabbage, we have lettuce and tomatoes, pepper down at that base. So those that, just remember that picture in your mind, from more to less. So we can eat more of those ones. That is telling us that when we are taking all, an ideal meal should be spread 3 times a day. You should spread it out to the days, the length of the day. The breakfast should come around 6 to 7 a.m. The lunch, yes, 6 to 8, okay, 8. The lunch between 12 and 2, and dinner from 6 to 7:30 maximum. We should have been done. Yes, God will help us. We can work towards it. It's possible. He said Lagosian. Then if you get home late, there's something else that you have not allowed me to land. There's something else you have to do again. There's a way you spread your meals. The lighter one should be dinner. The lightest, rather. The lighter one should be our breakfast. Then at lunch you can pack the maximum you are allowed to eat should be the lunch. So when you are getting home that late, you know, maybe you make do with only vegetables and a little meal. So that's how to spread our meals across the day. Then in between we can take healthy snacks. Another thing that we should also imbibe is making fruits and vegetables as snacks. These days we feed on junks, and when you go to the hospital you see a lot of cases, you see the results. It's like you're just like we do tell us, food is like a motor vehicle. Whatever when you have loaded the vehicle, it will offload those things that are in it, and then you pass it out to the excreta. So when we have consumed whatever we have consumed, it will offload its content into our system. So it is important, as food is universal medicine. As we are eating it, we should ensure that everything we are putting in our mouth at a time is health, is medicine for us, and it works. Then we'll go to the next base. That's talking about our grains, our legumes, our pulses, that's our rice. These ones, the major thing we emphasize is we should make sure it is not processed. These days we are feeding on a lot of processed foods. Our rice over processed. Even when they give us the local one, we don't like it. Most of these things are affecting us. Our grains are over processed. We prefer to go to the groceries, get those ones that have been processed, other than make our own. Before, when we make our pap, we don't sieve. Nowadays we sieve, and we have sieved out most of the fiber that are in it, and we only feed on the starch. We only feed on the starch. And when we say eat vegetables, we don't know how much we need to eat. We just make a scanty choices of vegetables, and we think we have done. So the grains and our legumes and pulses should be as much as possible not processed, not refined. Those refined foods, again, add some other harmful substances to our system. When we consume too much of them, we feed sodium, we get it much from them. Even though we had excess salt to our meals again. An ideal salt intake, the healthy one per day, is a teaspoon of salt. You spread it out to the 3 meals a day.
What type of for individual?
Teaspoon per person.
What type of
an adult.
What type of food?
Teaspoon.
Which one is this?
5 meals. Okay. If you say we have different sizes of teaspoon, then 5 meals. 5 meals, that's 5 grams.
The adult size.
Yeah, 5 meals. Then, for somebody that is already managing hypertension, then half of it is what you can take a whole day. So if we quantify our salt intake, and again, let me just quickly mention the use of bouillon cubes, that's our seasoning cubes. In it, we have more than 2 grams of salt. 1 cube. We have more than 2 grams of salt. And when we want to make our soup, okay, don't let me go into that. An average person, we had like 4 cubes or 2 for a day. Then let's try to imagine how much salt or sodium we are packing into our system. That's why we have a lot of hypertensive and heart problem cases now. When you can visit the hospitals and you see the main disease conditions that are presented today are majorly diabetes and hypertension. And these are from our diet. And it is not built in a day. It's something we have built over time. And when we come to the hospital, we expect medications to just kick them off our system like that. It doesn't work like that. It has to be from our diet as well. So we'll go down to the next level of that pyramid, talking about milk, yogurt, egg, poultry, nuts, lean meat. What I will just emphasize at that same point is that we should take less of fatty meat. Some people will ask you, is fish okay? Yes, fish is okay. Saturated fat is the main problem. And we have it from our meat cuts. Then offals, that's the organ meat, the internal part of meat. They are usually packed with saturated fat. So we can watch this in our diet. Then fried food again, we should limit the use of oil. That's the peak.
If we fry it very well, come.
And you have packed that fat very well. You have even changed the state of that fat to a very harmful one, a very high level of it.
So we should not fry.
As much as possible. As much as possible, we should limit taking fried food. Because 1 gram of carbohydrates will give you the fryer with oil is what I'm talking about. So you are frying with air. Instead of frying our meat, we can grill, we can roast. There are better options for us. Some cannot take boiled meat just like that. They can't take a broiled meat just like that. But you can roast, you can grill. It works, and the taste will still be the same instead of having packed fat in it. So that's talking about our fasting. Then the oil we use in cooking again. For some of us that are from the western part, we are Ofe Manu. Even those of us that are not Ofe Manu, we know how we cook our food. From our meat, we get excess oil. From the use of margarine, these things need to be in moderate quantities, not something we base our meal upon. Our meals from the western part are super. Oil will be flowing, swimming at the surface. That is harmful to our health. These fats line our blood vessels and they can block flow of blood. There's a term for that and a health challenge. So these are ways that we can check we can eat healthy. So there's some who say healthy fat. Fat is fat. Yes, some are more harmful than some. But they prefer to take some, they say soya oil and the likes. And they now still take, there's a quantity you take that is too much. 1 gram of carbohydrates will give you 4 calories. 1 gram of fat will give you 9 calories. So sometimes when we don't know those figures, we don't go down to make sure that we do the right thing.
You don't have data, you can't predict.
Another thing is about our weight. Okay, before I talk about our weight, I'll talk about exclusive breastfeeding. If you are done with childbearing, then you can also tell some other persons. There are some things that we come to become challenged with it later on in life that actually started even from the womb. What the mother ate while she was carrying the baby, after she delivered, the first 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding is very, very important. First 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding. You don't give the baby water, you don't give the baby pap or any other thing, just the breast milk for the first 6 months of the baby's life. After 6 months, that breast milk alone will not be enough. You can add the family meals and some other healthy choices of meals. So it is important we check that. Then I'll talk about our weight for us as adults. There's something we call body mass index. It is something we can calculate on our own to check our figures if we are still within the normal range. If you are not within the normal range, then you need to work to make sure that you come back to the normal range, because when you become obese, there's a calculation, a formula that a sedentary lifestyle and overeating will be equal to give you obesity. And when you are overweight, you are still at the borderline. But when you become obese, it opens the door to various health challenges, and these disease conditions are better prevented than managed. How to calculate your body mass index? Just get your weight in kilograms, then your height in meters. You square your height, then you divide your weight by the square of your height. So if it falls between 18.5 to 24.5, you are still within the normal range. Less is underweight, is not healthy. When it goes beyond that too, is overweight, is not healthy. But there are some, when it's getting to 30, that's obesity. Some getting to 35, that's morbid obesity. So these are simple figures that we can work on to ensure that we eat, that we maintain healthy body weight, thereby maintaining a good health. Are there questions?
Questions? Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sir, let's go.
Thank you very much. You linked high blood pressure to diet. What about low blood pressure?
It can also be linked to diet. I talked about something with the BMI. When it is underweight, when you are within the underweight range, then you have chances of having high blood pressure.
Madam, those sides said they are not here.
I talked about the body mass index. There's a figure when you are underweight, low blood pressure and some other conditions can come in. So your diet too matters. That's why I'm not only emphasizing the other side of it. It's a balance. The other side too, that's coming from the lower weight side, also needs to be worked upon. So that's why you don't say I'm not fat. Check your body mass index. Be sure you are not underweight as well.
Can I add to that? Can I add to that?
Work on this quickly.
So, because you have said we should check our salt intake, some people have the tendency of saying, I don't want to take salt at all. Salt is also good. As like she mentioned, there should be a minimum level. So when you exclude salt totally from your diet, you have a problem. You most likely also have the low blood pressure of the king. If the high quantity of sodium can push this. So when you remove it totally, it could be hypothermic or whatever, hypertension.
Thank you. Number 2.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. My question is almost related to what you have just said.
So we have answered it. Oh, yeah, go on.
Just more emphasis. In that case, many times this day we go to party, we stay at home, they want to boil meat, they put a lot of seasoning and the rest. Which one should we do? Should we go for seasoning only or both seasoning and salt with the mayonnaise?
Actually, there are natural spices that are helpful for us. Ginger, garlic, turmeric. When you have added that to it, you may only need a little salt.
Saint leaf.
Try it.
Saint leaf.
Try saint leaf, curry leaf. All those natural spices are better.
Okay.
And actually, they are what they make up. They are added to those seasoning cubes that we take.
Yeah.
Right, so my question is about the body mass index. Is to know if you are overweight or underweight. Now, body weight, there are 2 factors to body weight: fat and muscle. So if you are the muscular type and your body mass is now reading in obesity because of the muscle you have, not fat, is that still unhealthy?
No. Body mass index is majorly for fat muscles, not the lean muscles. For fat, not lean muscle tissues.
There is another measurement we use because of
For
this
that.
question. Your hip waist ratio. If you check the WhatsApp, I will still repost it. I posted something on this. 2 of them are there and how to measure it. So if you fall into that class, you can use the other one to get more accurate. Thank you.
Thank
Next
you.
question.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to ask, using air fryer, after frying the meat or fish, there's the oil that will come out. Can we still use it in the stew or soup? Or we should throw it away?
Actually, that's what we practice. Economically, we say we cannot throw it away. But better, why not limit frying so that it will not bother you? Yes, why not just, we don't want to throw the fat, the oil away. But when we have used it, there's a reaction that has happened in that oil. So we will not also recommend that you use it.
Mine was to enlighten briefly on we shouldn't discourage completely the use of processed food. Because processed food is used to address mineral deficiencies in certain regions. Consider, for instance, in Nigeria, cases of goiter has been addressed through use of iodized salt. Then in northern Nigeria, where we had mineral deficiency of vitamin A, the rice processing brought in, we process the bran out and introduce vitamin A so that you counter that deficiency, because the protein content of the rice is readdressed through the milk they consume over there. So from the rice, you introduce vitamin A to address that problem. So the basic thing we do, you look at the company that processed that, because if it's the right company that have properly analyzed it, you see the content. It's published at the back of the container. So that tells you that it's actually from a registered company. And like oil, you see that the oil we take contains high cholesterol, but when properly processed, the cholesterol level is brought down to what is recommended for the body, so that you don't run into cases of high BP. So rather than discourage it, we should encourage consumption from duly registered companies.
And again, sir, our generation is tending towards more of processed.
Please run out.
We are tending towards consuming more of processed food. We are leaving even the natural
But
ones.
even the two examples you gave is nothing compared to what we consume when you talk about processed food. So when you give that window, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Also remember
And we
that
don't.
in Nigeria we have a case of false labeling.
Exactly.
Label what is not in the content.
So that is even better for developed countries. Yeah, and we didn't say we shouldn't consume salt. What you said is right. Getting rid of, like managing goiter as a public health challenge through the use of iodized salt. But that doesn't mean we should consume too much of it. That is what we do generally. We take too much of salt. But when we have taken what is ideal for us in a day, we still get the needed unit of iodine from it. Any other?
We didn't give you number.
I want to ask that, is it everybody that can take those spices like ginger or abuse, especially those that have low BP?
If you are checked your BP and you have low BP, there are some that because it thins the blood. So there are some you don't, like ginger, you may leave it for that period of time. But there are, scent leaf is a natural spice. Garlic is a natural spice. So you don't, he said, there's a quantity also, like you don't make too much. All of this also needs to be in moderation, and when you have added too much, it would even be bitter. You will not be able to eat it.
Just to say something on that. People who are showing low blood pressure, normal blood pressure is between 100 to 139. That is the systolic. Diastolic is between 60 to 89. So if you measure your blood pressure and you see 100 over 60, or even let's say 90 over 60, do not go and think of intervention that you have a low blood pressure. You have to check. Do you have any problem? Do you have shortness of breath? Are you dizzy? If there are no symptoms, that's your blood pressure. You don't need any intervention.
See here.
So, but if you have symptoms, I will advise go to hospital.
Yes, that's
When
what
you
I
go
wanted
there,
to
there
say.
are advice that they will give you. Okay? There are things that they will tell you to do.
Please don't self-diagnose
Take
yourself.
care of yourself at home.
If you say you have this, let it be that
It has been,
doctor
yes, has
has diagnosed and said this is what you have, and he's properly monitoring you and prescribing whatever. Don't stay in your house and decide that this is what I have.
I want to make a caveat to that. For high blood pressure, low blood pressure, many people are asymptomatic. That is, they show no symptoms. That is why they say it's a silent killer.
Yeah.
So please, like I just said, but if you notice, my blood pressure has been this for a particular time. Suddenly it's now 69, and then you are wondering, you don't have any symptoms, still go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Just to ascertain that you are fine,
right.
because it's a silent killer. That's the caveat.
I just want to add something like to buttress this point. You cannot sit at home and say you have low blood pressure. Before I want to believe, before we are saying what if you have low blood pressure, what if you should have been set like diagnosed. And the diagnosis is not even just once that they will tell you, you don't visit the hospital once and they tell you this is your condition. You would have visited and they would even tell you come back again. They will do all that is necessary, and they would then, before they will come out to tell you that this is the case. So another issue that we have is, even when it comes to our diet, another challenge we have is self, or this in the hair, all of these informations we get in the air, or even on the net, maybe on Facebook. Many people come and say this and say that, but we should visit the hospital under certified hands to conclude whatever our condition is.
So tomorrow we'll talk more about more of these medical issues. So let's end it for today. Have a nice